Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition All Hecata Chronicle Berlin Bloodlines. This is our first epilogue, Take My Soul. So let's meet our soulful vampire, Rachel.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rachel, otherwise known as the AzureButterfly, or Azure for short. And today I am playing Maria Russellini, the Mistress of Ghosts.
As always, this is a Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition actual play. We've gone over our safety and consent, but please check in with yourselves as your well-being is important to all of us who are playing, and all the content warnings for the game will be in the description below. So if you are ready, lass uns anfangen, and let's return to Berlin inside of your new home in Steglitz-Zehlendorf, the sprawling manor once owned by Olivia Duncern and gifted to you by her child, your cousin, and coterie mate, Edgar. So Maria, a few nights ago, Katrin was struck by an infernalist plague, and she almost died. And she's been pretty emotionally distant ever since. And as you bring her to your new home, along with Minerva and Mirabella, you can tell that immediately she's not happy. Now, Minerva and Mirabella, however, are just totally stunned that Edgar would gift you probably the largest home owned by a Hecata in Berlin. And they immediately start chattering amongst themselves, mostly in Italian, sometimes in German, about how they're going to change this, going to change that, going to put wallpaper up here, put carpet down over these beautiful hardwood floors, and pretty quickly leave the area that you're in, whereas Katrin hasn't even crossed over the threshold. And she's sort of what you might call turtling herself. She's got her arms folded, and she doesn't want to even cross the threshold. And she just says to you, Maria, are you serious?
Serious about what?
Are you serious you want to live here?
Me? No. It was way too big for me.
Then why did you say
Way
yes?
too big for us. I said yes for Mama.
It's too big. Is that your reasoning? Because it's too big.
Here, we don't have to talk here. Let's go out. Let's go out front. There's some places
not going
to sit.
in, though.
We're gonna have to eventually for a little bit.
No, I don't.
Katrin.
Why did you say yes?
To living here?
Why do you say yes to everything that Edgar says?
I don't say yes to everything Edgar says.
Yes, you do. He says jump, he says jump and you say how high, whatever the phrase is. Everyone does. I overheard last night talking to Tullio saying he should have Seneca Manor. Why? Why does everyone do everything that Edgar says that he's supposed? Is he your leader?
No, but he does have a way about him, doesn't he? It's more, you know why I trust him.
No.
You know why
I don't.
It's part of the same reason why I trusted you initially. You were there for me. You were there for me in some of the darkest times of my life and unlife. You've never abandoned me. I can say the same thing about Edgar.
No, you can't.
Edgar's never actively tried.
Don't you see it, Maria? Don't you see the way that he looks at his ghoul? I am fairly certain he would burn the entire family to the ground if she asked him to.
You don't think I'd do the same for you?
I wouldn't. The difference is I wouldn't want you to, and I hope you wouldn't.
A road we never have to cross.
What drives me insane is that he knows I almost died here. This is where his godson died, and he is just handing it off to you because he doesn't want the burden of it. But he wants me to stay here. He comes to me and says, I care about you, Katrin. I love you, Katrin. And then he does this. That's not love. That's not caring. He doesn't even think. He is moving pieces around a board for some goal that I don't know what it is.
Maria's actually looking down to the ground for a second, eyes searching. He didn't really think too deeply on that before, and now she is. I'll talk to him. I promise.
I'm sorry. Maria is not enough.
Then what would be enough? What can I do, Catherine?
I don't trust him.
You don't have to.
I've known him longer than you. I've watched him for a long time. I knew Olivia. And what was that thing that Edgar said? He said there's a mathematical degree of how far an apple can fall from a tree.
That sounds about right.
I don't think he should be running the Dunsons.
If not him, who?
What about me?
You want to be a... Why?
Why not?
Of all... First of all, who would even turn you into a Dunsern
What about Tegan?
at this point? This is... Catherine, if anybody's going to turn you, I would much prefer it to be somebody that we both know and trust.
Okay, so this is what it all comes down to. You know, and maybe you don't remember. It was Edgar who sent me and all the rest of the ghouls after Alexander, knowing you must have known how horrible he is. You didn't tell us. So I'm just a pawn, just someone for you to use, someone you would prefer that would be advantageous to you to embrace me.
Edgar and Adelaide might have known, definitely Adelaide, but I didn't know about Alexander. If I had known, I would have stopped.
I believe you, but the thing is you all listen to Edgar. Even Tullio, who wants to run the family someday. Anything Edgar says, he hops to attention. I believe that if Edgar had a biscuit, you would all come running.
Some crimson tears start pulling at the corners of her eyes. I never even thought about it that way.
I know.
It's just, he's done so much.
Really?
For her.
Maybe make me a list.
It's the reason why we have esoteric. He's the reason why I survived being a ghoul outside of Mama. He taught me a lot of how to survive in the family. Gave me my first weapons.
And now he uses you. He's a Dunson, Maria. Like Milena's, very similar. Everything is an investment. Even you. Even me.
And I don't want that for you.
You need someone who can play his game. I can play his game. I told you, Milena's Dunsons are very similar. I am tired of seeing him whistle and now you all come running. I'm tired of the decisions he keeps making that are putting you and people that I care about, including myself, in danger. I almost died, Maria. I could have died. And if me being your ghoul is, and you cannot protect me because you have someone in your life, in your coterie, giving you commands that will wipe everyone out but him and his precious ghoul, I can't abide it. I can't. It's not fair. And it's not fair that he offered to buy a team for esoteric. Why would he take my job on top of everything else?
He offered. I didn't take that. I took this place from Mama. This is not where I want us to be. Right now we are here because this is one of the safest places that we can be. If this is not where you want to be, you don't have to be here. You can go back to Imogen's. You can be there. With us separated,
it was just attacked by the Sabbat. It's not safe there either.
Everywhere was attacked. Here was attacked. There was attacked. But that's because we were gathered. We're not gathering anymore. Not right now. This camp, if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be, but you have to be in a place where people can protect you.
Maybe I don't want to be protected anymore. And I'm sorry, Maria. I need to protect myself. And as long as Edgar is around, I'm not going to be protected. Look me in the eyes and tell me you don't see it. He brought the ghoul. You didn't bring me to your little meeting. And Adelaide didn't bring Bella, and we are blood of the Hecata. But he brought his ghoul, and he had no qualms about telling the head of the Hecata that she must come.
It's because of what she is, Katrin. She's not just... She's not... There's something different about her, and something linked to this Shadowbane bullshit that we've been dealing with.
Well, that's very convenient, isn't it?
If I didn't see the light that emanates from her, I'm not saying you're wrong on Edgar's bullshit. He does treat everything like... But he's also hung out with us and gone partying with us as Bergain at Uncle Akua's.
That was before. He's different now. You don't see it?
He's acting more fucking human.
Yeah. And believe me, as someone who is still human, humans are just as shitty as vampires.
Yeah. Some are just... But what I wanted for us was when things calmed down, when I felt it was safe, when this current bullshit that threatened Esoteric and our family, and I don't mean the Hecata, I mean you and me and Mama, when that is dealt with, I wanted Esoteric for just you and me.
She sort of loosens her defensive standing and takes a step closer. You think about that?
Yeah, of course I do. That's my driving goal.
Well, what do you think? What do you think about when it's just you and me?
Think about what we would do with the shop, what we would do with upstairs, turn it into our proper home. Do whatever the fuck we want there.
Get a dog.
You want a dog?
Yes.
Then we'll get a dog. I love puppies.
I don't know if they like you.
Yeah.
I brought a dog home once when I was little, and my dad got very angry, and the dog got very angry, and then he ate him.
I'll tell you this right now, that will never happen for me. I'll never do that to a dog. But
yeah, but it's possible the dog won't like you because you're a predator.
We'll figure it out. Can you ghoul a dog?
Yes. That's why I brought him home. I asked my dad to do that so I could have a forever dog. But he had other ideas.
In due time, we can figure it out. I promise.
I am serious about becoming a dancer. I would feel much better, much safer if someone was, what we say in German, Überwachung, if someone was watching over Edgar. And not the ways that Hannelore wants him watched over, or wanted him watched over, but someone to actually watch him.
You trust Tegan with that?
I mean, she's not
understand?
one of Imogen's daughters, not anymore. But she's nice, and she's much, much older than Edgar. There's no reason that she shouldn't be the head of the Dunstan bloodline. I don't know why he is.
I think in that moment it was because Tegan in that moment wasn't released. It was just a moment of convenience.
Oh. Could you imagine Tegan, much, much older, and the child of Osric, also older, and then she would have a child? Much better claims than what Edgar has.
It's definitely something to think about, but you know, when we were first talking about this, and with everything that's happened, me being afraid of my own final death, I approached Imogen to look after you.
I know.
In case anything happened to me. You know.
Look, ghouls talk. Sabina talks a lot.
Sabina talks?
To me. I like her.
I don't think I've ever heard her speak.
She only talks to Imogen and to me.
What's she? You know, that's a question for another time.
She's really nice. She told me a lot about Edgar's girl. They used to work together at Maxim.
Interesting.
Yeah, you want to hear some interesting things? I have interesting things.
Of course you do. You're always interesting.
Okay, so I am too mad for flattery right now. You can save that for later. Sabina, yeah. So, when they worked together at Maxim, there was no issue with Ellen. She was a good worker, good blood doll, whatever. But there was a problem with one person, a member of the Hecata, who was becoming, obsessed with her. She didn't know his name, but would spend all of his time around her every night. And then the problem is he tried to bite her. And that's not, it wasn't allowed in Violette's club because of the painful bite. And so Violette told Osric to kill him. And then she put Aelin up in the office and told her that it was because she was not attracting the right customers, changed her memory, according to Sabina.
Huh. Was that Giancarlo that did that to her?
Don't know. Did he used to go to Maxim? I don't know him.
I
didn't know him when he was alive.
I know Osric killed him around that time, so... Well, he's gone now. I had to eat him, sadly.
He never mentioned her.
Inspector. No, he did. He did. When I first bound him, he mentioned that he had information on somebody that had an exceptional spirit about them, a light. And I was going to find this one and bind it. That didn't happen, did it?
I mean, you still could.
I wouldn't go that far until she's dead by something not of my hands. Then maybe.
Don't know.
We'd have to see.
If what you need to fight the Shadow Bane, what do you need from her soul?
I know it'll probably lead to her death. I don't know what it's going to do to her soul. Or her light. But
Honestly, it doesn't really matter to me.
yeah.
So it sounds like something maybe... I will try and stop slagging on Edgar, but it sounds like something he made up. To make her more special.
No. Maybe if he was the one that first mentioned it, but there's been too many others that have made reference to it. Person we met at Peacock Island. The witch at Berghain. There's too many coincidences, or there's too many links for it to just be a coincidence, or for it to be made up, or a lie of some sort. Otherwise, I wouldn't fucking believe it myself.
Oh, she sounds like a problem. Maybe it'd just be easier if you just killed her.
The problem, Catherine, is if we killed her, and we don't have another way to take down the Shadowbane, all of this goes away. Including you. And I won't have that. Everything here would be sucked into the Shadowlands.
Oh, that would suck.
And I don't want that for you.
You're the Pope, so I guess what you say goes.
I'm the fucking Pope now, aren't I? She says as she flexes the ring.
What is the symbol on the ring, by the way? What does it mean?
Do I, as Maria, actually know?
Oh, yeah. You got your dice?
I got my dice.
You can make me an into cult.
I would like
we are still on the same night as the Sabbat attack, by the way.
Heard. I figured I just want to, especially since you didn't tell me to do a rouse check.
I know. Adelaide and Imogen's will be different.
I do want to blood surge for this.
Go for it.
Success! Okay. Dice tray, so I don't lose more dice. Seven on a crit.
Yes, you would have. You went to Ilse's domain, didn't you, with everyone?
Mm-hmm. I did.
Yeah, you would have seen a massive shield, excuse me, not German, shield, above where the throne that Ilse was sitting on, with that symbol on it. You can infer from that it is a symbol of the Cappadocian.
The Cappadocian symbol. Interesting.
It's odd. They call themselves Ashas now, not Cappadocian.
Questions for another time. I might have to talk to Ilse about that and see what the connection might be there. We also... What happened to Osric's journal, Storyteller?
It was left behind in Scotland.
Oh.
It's something that Roger de Camden may or may not have found.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to ask Ilse about this. See what the connection might be, because that is kind of curious, isn't it? But...
Yeah. It's kind of blasphemous now, no?
I don't know, there's a little fun in that sort of danger, isn't there?
How the hell would Osric get such a thing?
I mean, he got taken.
That doesn't mean he's not dead.
Yeah.
I mean
either way.
if I had as many children as he did, I wouldn't want to kill him.
Who knows? Maybe even I could be fucking related to him. Wouldn't that be fucking weird?
It would be really weird, actually. And, but from whatever everyone has been telling me, I think maybe everyone is.
Jesus Christ. He really did fuck, didn't he?
He was a slut.
Yeah.
So, where are you taking me? Because I'm not staying here tonight. I mean it.
I'll take you back to Imogen's. And that's going to be out of every place, it's going to be the safest.
Why?
Because she has people there that can protect
I don't want
you,
to
and I
be
trust
there
her.
with that old lady. Or she's weird. She doesn't know what electricity is. I don't want to stay there.
I trust Imogen implicitly.
You know, before I left, she was talking about Sparta.
Is that?
Sparta, the territory in Greece.
Oh. Imogen was?
No, the old lady. I don't know her name. The one that
Oh.
that Edgar brought back from Hamburg.
Oh, that person. Right. Yeah, she's something else. She's an ancient Cappadocian.
Well, maybe you should show her the ring, but I really don't want to go back there. No, thank you.
Where would you want to go then?
Don't know, take me to a hotel. And she pulls out of her pants one of Edgar's credit cards. I took this from him when he was distracted.
I'm sure that fucker wouldn't even notice anything. No, he would.
Oh, I would love for him to confront me about it.
If that's what you want, Catherine. Though once again, I gotta insist Imogen just because of who's there, especially with.
Do you think Sparta's gonna go attack Berliner Platz? You could stay at the really nice hotel. It's one overlooking the Reichsturm, the Brandenburger Tor. They have continental breakfast, which is great for me, because everyone likes to forget that I have to eat. We could trash up the place, pretend we're rock stars, and make Edgar pay for it.
Oh, God, that does sound like a really good time. Why do you have to be so fucking convincing, Catherine? I love you.
That's exactly why I should be a dancer. Give him a run for his money, literally.
What will you do if they come after you there?
Who was coming after me? They already took my brother. Don't think I'm high on their priority list, or they would have taken me too.
That's the thing. I don't know what their priority list is. I just want to make sure that you're safe.
Well, they can't take me during the day.
All right. We'll do that. We'll go have fucking fun. We'll trash a place on
right
Edgar's
before
card.
we leave, because it's not really enough time for us to have a lot of fun. But you should say goodbye to your mother before you go. Yeah. I'm not going in there. I'll wait here.
But I do have one condition with this. And I know I normally don't. But with everything that's going on, and you say that you want to be safe, at least in the near future, speak with Imogen. I've been training with her so that I can not die. I almost died again at Seneca Manor.
Malia.
And she's been training me to survive.
I love you. I am not going to be a Lamia. Fuck the Dark Mother.
I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you to join them, but I'm asking you to.
She's not a Lamia. You know that. She's Giovanni.
And?
I don't want to be that either.
I'm not asking you, but what I'm asking you is to at least learn from her self-defense. She's good at that. You're gonna need it. Trust me on this, please.
Why can't I just buy a gun? I can just hop over the border to Poland and just buy a gun. It'll be much easier, I think. I don't want to be fighting. I mean, it's badass that you do it, but I really don't want to be fighting with knives. It's 2024. I'll buy a gun.
Okay.
I'll join the Verein so then I can go down to the range and practice during the day when you're sleeping. Right between his eyes.
All right.
Go say goodbye to your mother. I'll be here.
And Maria's going to hug Catherine and give her a kiss on the cheek, and then make her way back inside.
Inside, Minerva and Mirabella are arguing very vociferously in Italian about your guessing about the countertops in the kitchen, even though neither of them eat.
You know that tracks. Mama. She's approaching.
But yeah, baby, please tell your aunt that we do not need these marble countertops. They're tacky. Tell her, please. They're so tacky. Well, who are we putting on airs for?
A little bit. I feel like we could use this for something. Use the space for something else. Either that or, honestly, whatever you want.
Well, you're gonna live here too, baby. So it's whatever you want too.
For now, Mama, this place is for you. This place is for the Russellini. I'll have a room here, but once this is all calmed down, I'm going back to Esoteric with Catherine.
Well, I guess you gotta leave the nest one day. It's awful big here, though. I guess maybe, Mirabella, I think maybe it's time that you find yourself a child.
But
I don't know if I can have another one. I don't know if I can go through it again.
Thank you, Mama.
Of course, baby. I just want you to be happy and safe, and I just gotta get rid of these countertops or I can't live here either.
You are, Mama, the head of the Russellini, so I think you do have the final say for the home base, the manor.
Oh, God.
of the
Do you think Elsie's
Russellini.
gonna make me have the family dinners here because it's the biggest place? What a nightmare. Nightmare it is.
Just think of all that power we have now with that, though.
I'm thinking about all the cleaning I'm gonna have to do. Honestly, I'm gonna have to get you a sibling. I am so sorry, baby.
Hey. Whatever you need, Mama. And whatever I can also provide. I gotta get a child of myself at some point.
That would be wonderful. I'd love grandchildren. What are you gonna do about Ilse's problem? Do you want me and Mirabella to take care of it, or do you want to, put yourself out there in Ilse's good graces?
I'd rather put myself out there with this one.
Because, all Ilse has to do is snap her fingers, and I kind of have to go. But, she has to ask, really.
Well, she trusted me with the position of the fucking Pope of the Hecata.
That she did. And I'm glad that she did. I hope that Armani Putanesca doesn't take personal offense to that.
If he does, I'll fucking end him.
Speaking of, Maria, when you do your investigation, if you keep one thing in mind, the Putanescas are my brothers. Maurizio's my brother, Mako, Milo, Matteo. Matteo's a good boy. Just remember, just look deeply. If Matteo is complicit, then he's got to go with the rest of them. But he was always the best of them. Sweet boy.
We've already lost too many. I won't end more than I have to. Or
Now you're talking like
relationship.
Mussolini.
I've learned from the best, haven't I?
Damn right. As for your aunt, Magdalena, she hasn't come back. So either she's dead, or she's joined up with the Putanescas. If she's joined up with if the first, we will mourn her in the way that we do. If the second, stake her out for the sunrise.
We can't suffer traitors. Not now. But
And we absolutely can't betray our families.
if she hasn't joined with them and she is still alive, or, well, unalive, do Do you think they would keep her hostage for any reason?
None that I can think of. But if that's the case, that's something different. Then whoever's keeping her hostage gotta go.
I'll do what I can and what I must, Mama.
I would say cement shoes into the River Havel, but that won't work on us. We don't have to breathe.
No, but it'd be a fitting punishment, wouldn't it?
For Maurizio, certainly. I worry that Beatrice didn't come back either.
And if any of them come back as fucking wraiths, we'll make use of that, won't we?
Yeah. Well, you and Kat can have a good night. You did good tonight, baby.
Thank you, Mama. And I hope to do better soon.
You always do. Better every night.
Maria's gonna go in for a hug and kiss on both cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna say, I'm gonna take Catherine someplace else. This is not good for her being here right now.
I understand. As you were hugging her and before she broke off the hug, she whispered in your ear and said, even if Maurizio has nothing to do with it, take him out anyway. Then she breaks off with you.
Maria will just give a nod. And then, yeah, we're gonna go.
Katrin's smoking a cigarette waiting for you. So, all the goodbyes all done? You ready to go?
Yeah, as ready as I'm gonna be. You?
Yeah.
Hey, let's go act like fucking rock stars, right? Let's go pile up some debt on Edgar.
I love you, Maria.
I love you too, Catherine. And she's gonna reach over and put a hand on Catherine's cheek and press her forehead against hers. I know you would never ask, but you do know I would do anything for you.
We'll see. I already told you what I want, so we'll see if you can do it.
Of course. She's gonna kiss her.
And she kiss you back. You should take off in your Volkswagen Beetle.
2015, jet black.
Is it still 2015? You still riding the 2015 one in 2024? I love that.
It's
for
a
you.
it's a
amazing.
really beautiful car. I actually like. Rachel actually likes the 2015 Volkswagen.
Okay, so you're gonna ride off. You're gonna spend up large on Edgar's credit card, and Katrin has told you her desire. Her near-death experience has left her much more in favor of becoming Kindred than she was the last time you broached the subject with her, and she wants to be a Dunsern. And she seems to have now, whether it's invented in her mind or not, a personal vendetta against your coterie mate Edgar, who she's holding responsible for her near-death experience.
Yeah, Maria's gonna try her best with that.
And we'll see how that goes in season 2. But thank you so much, Rachel, for joining us for your last epilogue. And we look forward to seeing the Pope. We have the first female Pope. I think this is like quite a landmark thing in a TTRPG.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I am super excited for that. And yeah. Maria is totally not going to become insufferable.
Oh, no. I hope Maria becomes incredibly insufferable as you're the Pope. Look what happened to Azure. He became so insufferable as Pope. We'll learn some things about Aelin. You learn some things about that ring. And maybe you'll learn more things. All sorts of really fun stuff that we can explore in season 2. So thank you so much, Rachel, for joining us.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Thank you for telling this epic fucking story. This is so fucking good.
I've tried.